Here we go. Hi everyone, this is an introduction video and to give some feedback on why did I start making knives. This video was sparked by a video that I saw recently of John Grimsmo that discussed about you as a maker putting yourself out there, as well as giving the people that's halfway across the world some, at least a small look into the knife setup and what's going on. So back in 2014, after spending years on gas drill rigs and putting my knives through work on that and doing exploration in remote areas in Africa, sparked by my interest with this bends on that, I wanted a frame lock flipper. However, I also wanted it based on a traditional design. So I took the design and bought some titanium and all of the supplies, and it came to fruition thanks to Andre van Heerden and Andre Thorben. They helped me a lot with everything in this knife, showing me how to grind properly, absolutely everything. So I owe a lot to those two gentlemen, and this knife wouldn't have come to fruition if it wasn't for them. So this is the initial prototype that I still own, Gary, and based off the interest shown on social media, and that with regards to this knife, I decided to make my first batch. This is the first knife of the first batch. It was a test piece because I started doing a lot on my own. That drill press there worked overtime. It drilled all the holes, did a lot of experimentation on it. And just next to it is a small 1x30 inch Harbor Freight type thing. Actually a cheap Chinese piece of shit. And it did a lot of the contouring on the handles. A lot of handwork went into those models to rectify a lot of mistakes. And that drill press now is only used for tooling purposes, but still it got the job done. So this is the first front flipper. My dad owns the second front flipper with the Warncliffe blade shape. A lot of experimentation went into that batch, including thinning out the lock bar more like a locking lever that we have on drill rigs, but it turned out to be way too robust. You couldn't move it basically, so it still required a lockout, and feedback even not a very too popular aspect. However, still, this is probably my most carried knife at this stage. The first model went through its paces. I actually bent the primary bevel on it while we were doing exploration work or exploration well rehab, and we got stuck in mud and actually had to cut out the vehicles. That was a fun experiment, fun time. And through selling this first batch, I was able to buy quite a lot of equipment, and you'll see that's an optimal drilling machine. At the back we've got a double disc grinder, and the disc grinder and the belt grinder, sorry, my English left me there for, but the belt grinder runs off of the same transformer. So I need to switch the plugs constantly and then use my control for both machines, but it gets the job done. This is also a nice quick change feature based off Bertie Rietveld's design. That quickly, hopefully you guys can see this. So push down, pulls the back in, and you can just quickly change your belts. Sorry about that. I just got a notification. Come on. Okay, let's continue. So a quick change belt, and I've got a bunch of tools here at the bottom, a bunch of jigs that I've built out of aluminium, bright mild steel, things like that. My vineyard, all my vice grips and my spanners and all of those things there as well. Optimum machine. That's all the drilling now currently. Of course all the main and that as well. Yeah, everything in the garage is in boxes, you can see behind me, and that's because we've got a serious dust issue here. But anyway, so after the saying of batch 1, thanks to the support and that, I was able to build batch 2, so model 2 prototype, which is based off the model that my father has, except this is a thumb hole, not a thumb hole, but a thumb notch square. I don't know if you get it, I'll just show you and get the idea. So it still runs on IKBS. This seems to be very popular, so expect a few of these in future. But thanks to the support of the first batch, I was able to build the second batch. And this one still needs to be sent to its owner. In case. So I basically, to recap, started making knives because I couldn't find what I was looking for anymore. And I've always been around knives and grew up with knives. I've been involved in farming for years. And with the time spent on the drill rigs and that, I learned quite a lot. So expect a few more videos of this about brainstorming and thoughts and a whole bunch of things like that. And yeah, thanks to John Grimsmo for doing that video about putting yourself out there. I'm not a fan of being on camera at all, so this is quite a new step for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. If not, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks guys, and I'll probably start showing, as I get supplies in from America. That's also a pain in the ass. Living in South Africa, we need to import everything. We don't get G10, don't get canvas, micarta, anything locally basically, at least to the stuff that I really want from local suppliers. Even they need to import it, so we don't have a local industry for that. In any case, so we'll probably do a few more videos about showing the knives as they're being made. It's currently winter here and it is very cold in this garage. My hands are freezing at this stage. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and expect another video soon.